Well, Meta was Meta, and the industry spoke. The customer base spoke, and things have changed. Today, I'm going to talk about the AI image generator that Meta has brought out for Instagram. I'm going to talk about Muse Image, basically, what the @mention capability was and what's changed in all of that, and why you should be worried or you should be concerned about what was going to happen and why it's a good thing that it's not going to happen. Anyway, stay tuned. I talk about all of this. See you soon. Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine. It's your dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 743. Surprise, surprise. I know what episode number it is today. It is Firewall Friday. And this isn't the episode I had planned. I've had to go and rewrite it real quick because things have changed and I didn't want to put up something that was with dated information. I am going to be talking today about the new Meta AI image generator, Muse Image, the thing that happened, the concerns that I had with it, the concerns that I might still have with it when we'll get to that, and what it means for you guys, and what's happened in the meantime from July 7th when it was introduced to today, which is July 17th by the time this goes live. So let's quickly talk about what it is. Meta's new AI image generator, Muse Image, released on July 7th. I said that, I just said it again. It is generative AI. It allows you to use your images to create AI or make AI creations, describe a scene, put yourself in it, off you go. So yeah, you could put yourself into an adventure scene. You could try on a set of glasses. You could put yourself in a living room somewhere and say, how do I look in here? You know, those sorts of things. It's generative AI. Unfortunately, Meta being Meta went another step further. They created what they call an @mention capability. And that @mention capability means that you can, or you could, type in someone else's handle, i.e. @Charly Leetham or @AskCharly Leetham, and put that profile into your generated, your AI generation, your AI creation, the generated AI creation. It means it could go to my profile and take images off of my profile, my likenesses off, I'm just going to say images at this point, off of my profile and put them into your creation. There would be no notification to me that you had used my images, my content. There would be no permission requested to be able to do it. The reason there would be no permission requested is because it's Meta. And Meta had decided, in Meta's fashion, that the fact that you had a public account, a public profile, you had given that permission implicitly. Not explicitly, implicitly. You've got a public profile, we're going to say that you've given us that. If you don't want it, you need to go in and change the settings. I talked about the settings on Wednesday. If you want to know where you go and make sure you're protected anyway, even though this has changed a little bit, go and look at Wednesday's episode. I would recommend you check your security settings and your privacy settings regularly. So do go look at it. It's not quite as important as it was the other day. So just moving forward on that one. Now, it sounds really cool, doesn't it? That you could actually sit there and say, hey, I want to @mention my best friend and create a scene. You know, maybe I'm going to recreate an image from our childhood with us as adults. You know, I've got our school photo. I'm going to redo that school photo, but have us as adults in it this time. Sounds cool, right? I'm going to put a photo of me and my grandmother, even though, you know, even though grandma's not around anymore, I'm going to have a photo of me and my grandma today. It's AI. It makes it really easy. It's really, really cool. Keep saying that. It is cool. I love technology. I love the fact that we can do these sorts of things. Unfortunately, what hadn't been considered, I think, and certainly I sort of saw it, and I saw the issues fairly, very early, like when it first came out. And the issues is that the ability for abusing that capability is massive, absolutely massive. Fake endorsements, impersonations, scam and deep fakes. That's the list I've got. What do I mean by that? Well, the capability was that and it was very vague, there wasn't a lot of definition around it. The capability basically said that if you used @mention, you could use anyone's likeness or the images on anyone's profile. Again, it was very vague in your creation. So that means that if you've uploaded images of your staff, your customers, your family, yourself, your products, they could be used in someone else's AI creation. Now, the positive sides of that is if they're trying to do endorsements for you, if they're trying to say, hey, I love working with these people, and you've got an instant asset there, an instant marketing asset there that you can use, that's fantastic. But what happens when they take your likeness and put it on an endorsement for a product or a service that you don't agree with or that you wouldn't endorse? What happens when they put your likeness on a competitor's product with you endorsing a competitor's product? Yes, there are remedies for this. Yes, there are capabilities to go back and say to them, you've got to take it down. We shouldn't have to, though. It's dumb. We shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to be worrying about those sorts of things. Now, look, I am doom mongering a bit. I'm looking at this in the worst possible cases. What could go wrong? And that's what we do. This is the sort of thing we do when we're assessing the issues around these things. What are the worst possible risks that could happen? What's the possibility or the probability that they will happen? And what will it take us to mitigate that risk down to something we're prepared to accept? So we've got to look at the worst possible scenarios. Sorry, I don't mean to stutter. The worst possible scenarios for these things. And they're the ones that I come up with. Not to mention, you know, the other not so nice things that could be done with someone's likeness if someone was so inclined. Now, Meta did say that there is a safeguard in place. There's an invisible watermark put on these images and put on these creations, and it's a content seal. That's fine. It's an invisible watermark. And that means that your image goes up on a thing that is emotive, and it hits all the emotions and it gets people really riled up. When people are amped up emotionally, a lot of reasoning goes out the door. We've seen pile-ons. We've seen what happens when someone does something that someone doesn't agree with, and then you just get that mob mentality, and you get all the comments, and you get all the down likes, the dislikes, you get the reports, the mass reporting, all of those things. Imagine how that could go down if someone used your stuff in an AI creation that you didn't know about. Yeah, sure. There's an invisible watermark on it. Sure, someone might actually come back in that thread and say, hey, listen, this is an AI generated thing. This might not be real. The damage is done. The damage is already done at that point. And you're dealing with the backlash, and you're dealing with all the stuff that goes around that kind of thing. Again, yes, it's a worst possible scenario. I think it bears mentioning. Now, as I said, this came out on July 7th, and there was a lot of pushback. People like me, there were other organisations that came back and said, we don't agree with it. They really pushed hard on Meta. It came out in the US. It didn't hit here in Australia, thank goodness. But it did hit in the US, and there was a lot of pushback on it. There were very big groups who went to Meta and said, this isn't it. I'm assuming that there are a lot of normal people who went to Meta and said, this isn't it. We don't want this. And Meta have backed down. They are not releasing that at mention capability at the moment. Doesn't mean to say they won't in the future. So do keep an eye out, but they're not releasing it at the moment. So there is a real silver lining to the cloud. It's really great. What happened was Meta said, we're going to do this thing. And people said, no, we don't want it. And they pushed back hard enough that Meta went, oh, we need to think about this. And they backed off. So well done, everyone. Congratulations. That's what you get when you actually step up and you speak up about something you don't like. You actually can make a difference. So well done. That's great. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what Meta could have done differently here and how they might actually do it. So for under 18 accounts, they're teen accounts. They've opted those accounts in, but those accounts can only be tagged by people they follow and people that they approve, basically. I'm looking for the words here, but I can't find it. But it's only for people that they follow that can actually tag them in the at mentions, or could actually tag them in the at mentions. I personally think that Meta would have been much better off doing two things, and I hope they're listening to the feedback they're getting. One is, you never ever take implicit permission of this nature. Always say, if you want to use it, go and opt yourselves in. Us going in and allowing something is much better than us going in and disallowing something. The other thing I think they could do, and hope that they do and think about when they're doing this, is allowing us to say who can use our images, who can use the at mention capability if they ever release it, or if they're going to do anything similar, who can use that type of thing, rather than saying everyone can have access to it. We choose who we follow. We choose who we tag. They've slowly fixed up their privacy issues and their privacy settings so that we can say who can tag us, who can share our reels, who can do all those sorts of things. I think this one is definitely one they need to think about. Yep, we need to be able to have the ability to say everyone can use it or only certain people can use it. I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think about that, to be honest. This is actually a really good outcome. The at mention capability has been stopped. It's not going to roll out. So that's why my episode had to change, because I was talking about that and talking about the things that you needed to do to protect yourselves with it. But I can still talk about why it was bad, why I think it was bad, and the things that could have been done differently. Now, I would really love to know what you guys think about all of this. How did you know it was coming out? Did you understand? Did you have that understanding about what it actually meant in the wider scheme of things? Because what's on the tin, what's on the label on the tin, isn't necessarily what's on the inside, or it doesn't include everything that's on the inside. So I'd really, really love to get your feedback on that one. So leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this episode. Please do go and watch Wednesday's episode, and do go through and do a security or a privacy audit on your Instagram account. Do it on your Facebook account as well if you want to, but do it on your Instagram account. Please make sure you are secure and you are safe and you're protecting yourselves, keeping your private information private and not sharing it with the world. And I just love to know what you're thinking about all of it. So there it is, guys. Well done. Well done. Those of us that spoke up, those of you that spoke up, you made a difference, and that's fantastic. That's what it's all about. If this video was useful to you, please do give it a like and maybe share it with a friend. In fact, definitely do share it with a friend so they understand what the implications were. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And guys, if you need any help, I'm a tech wrangler. This is what I do for a living. Well, this type of stuff. I fix computers. I fix computing issues, particularly online issues. I help with websites. I help with email. I've got a very, very wide base and a reasonably deep base as well. So please, if you need anything, I offer a free 30-minute breakthrough session. One per customer, one per business /person. You can book that by going to askcharlyleetham.com and clicking the bright pink button in the top right hand corner. If you've already used your breakthrough session and wish to keep working with me, please do reach out. We'll work out the best way to work together so it is mutually beneficial for us. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. Well done, everyone. Keep speaking up for yourselves. Keep looking out for yourselves. And I will see you on Monday for Mindset Monday. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.